So here is the ingredients you'll need. 8 ounces of mushrooms, Campbell's mushroom broth, black pepper, flour. I'm using non-alcoholic red wine, but you can use alcoholic one, doesn't matter. 2 small onions or 1 medium, some earth balance, some sort of nut milk, unsweetened, not flavored, and vegetable bouillon. Now let's make gravy.
All right, so first off, we're gonna cut up our 8 ounces of mushrooms. You want to dice them up nice and small because if there's big chunks in the gravy, I'm not a big fan of that. Although if you prefer a gravy with giant pieces of mushroom in it, you can cut them bigger. That's up to you. This is just my preference. I am not a chef though, so don't judge my cutting skills. So just put your mushrooms in a pan after you're done cutting them, and then we're going to cut the end off our onions and peel them with a beautiful camera angle so you can mainly see my hands, because I know that's what you all want. And once you have both of them peeled, then you're gonna grate them. It's not gonna be fun. You're probably gonna cry, but we will survive, and I promise you the taste of this is going to be so worth it. So your grating is all done, thank goodness. And now we're just gonna put those aside for now, and we're gonna start by cooking our mushrooms. So you just wanna put a pan on, a non-stick pan, on like medium heat, medium high, and put a little spray of cooking spray in the pan just because I'm not that comfortable with cooking without oil yet. I'm getting there. I'm using less and less. And then you're going to top the pan with whatever you have. I have these things from IKEA that seal the pan and keep the heat in. And basically right at first, we're just cooking the mushrooms out until they get kind of soft. So as you can see, I stirred them. I actually did it more than this. I did it every couple minutes just to keep them from sticking to the pan. And then once they're soft, you want to take the lid off and let the water cook out of the mushrooms. So this will take a little bit. Just keep it on that medium heat. If you're finding things are sticking, turn it down a little bit. And this is where we just want to be patient because we want our mushrooms to be perfectly cooked. So you'll watch and you'll see I stir every few minutes. And once your mushrooms are that beautiful golden color, like in the pan here, you can put them aside. And we're gonna put our grated onions in a pot on that same burner and put just a little bit of cooking spray, stir them around, and put the lid on. We really just wanna make them nice and soft. Once they've gotten soft, we can take the lid off and do the same as with the mushrooms and cook them out, stirring every few minutes. Just making sure that they do not stick to the bottom and that they're getting that nice golden color. So as you can see, They are now that beautiful golden color. We don't want them too dark, just enough to bring out the best of the flavor. And this is where I had a recording fail. So what you want to do is ignore what I'm doing at this moment and add your earth balance, into the onions and let that melt. Keep stirring it, and as you're stirring it, once it's melted, you want to add in your flour, stirring quickly to keep it moving. This will make your roux. And once it's all together, it's going to be quite thick, and that's when we start adding in our liquid. So you're going to add in the water, the broth, and the red wine to start with, and just keep stirring as you slowly pour them in, making sure that everything's melding together nicely. Here's the broth going in. That's that beautiful mushroom broth by Campbell's. Not sponsored, I just love it. All right, we're just gonna add in our pepper now and keep on stirring as we do this. And then the next thing we're gonna do is throw our mushrooms in that we set aside. Just make sure you pour them in and keep it moving. Never let it sit for too long because we don't want burnt gravy. So now that that's in, we're gonna add our almond milk. Put it in kind of slowly, stirring it as you go. And that's almost all the ingredients. We just have the gravy browning left. So as you can see, you could stop here. I like a bit darker gravy though. So this is where you just kind of have to feel it out. Put a little bit of the browning in at a time and get it to the color that you like. Took me a couple tries, but I got it. This is the perfect color. So just cook it out for another minute or two and make sure all the flavors meld together, and then your gravy is done. So now all that's left to do is to eat it. I like mine over mashed potatoes. It also makes a great poutine with some vegan cheese. But seriously, this gravy is a hit with my meat-eating friends as well. So you need to make it, share it around, and I will see you in the next one. I gotta go eat.